Good morning, Philippines. You are watching the Business Portal, your gateway to business trends and opportunities. Coming to you live on Channel 8 via Destiny Cable and Channel 1 via GSAT. Good morning. I am your host, Rowena Suarez. You can call me Ro for short. Our segment, Investment Academy, talks about the different ways to increase investment capacity, financial literacy, and awareness. Investment Academy will show Filipinos not only how to make money, but also how to create wealth. Wet and dreary Wednesday morning to all of you, our dear viewers. Let's start the show with our Just Ask Ro portion. You may get in touch with us through 0917-862-7576. That's 0917-86-ASK-RO. And you can email at justaskro@gmail.com and follow me at Twitter, justaskro. You can also view the show on YouTube, Investment Academy by Rowena Suarez. Welcome to the month of June, our dear viewers. School is just starting again, and parents with children in preschool, grade school, high school, and college send their kids off to their academic learning. But just because you send your kids to school doesn't mean you don't need to educate them at home. Kids don't only need to be literate, it is important to educate them in the financial literacy even at a young age. In fact, today we have a husband and wife team, Marvin and Mary Rose Fausto, a couple who've educated their two boys, Martin and Enrique, on investments and savings. Thank you for being with us today, Marvin. Thank you, Mary Rose.
Hi.
How are you?
Okay.
So a brief...
Yeah, just a clarification, just a correction. We have 3 boys actually.
Oh, three boys. But
it's just that since it's the first day of school of Anton today, he wasn't able to join us.
So you have Martin, Enrique, and Anton.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll miss Anton today.
Yes.
So a brief history of your work and background. Let's start. Ladies first.
Oh, well, I started in 1985 as a credit analyst at Far East Bank, and that's where I met Marvin.
I see. And then
after that, I also went into investment banking when the investment house of Far East Bank was established. I was one of the first employees there, and All Asia Capital. And then after that, I had a 10-month hiatus. I tried to be a housewife. And
you tried?
Yeah, I tried the first time around. And then after 10 months, I had this USAID project where I was a financial consultant, and it lasted for 5 years. And then after that, back to being a full-time homemaker.
And then your boys, you had your boys already.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now, I just came up with my book, which is about raising boys. But I think we have to go back to Marvin's background.
Yeah. Marvin is you're a banker.
Yeah. Since 1983.
I see.
I also started as an analyst. That's where we met for about 5 years, and then after that, I got into the field of investments, where I became a trust officer, and now I'm still head of investments of Banco de Oro.
I see.
So that's where I'm in charge of the investments of the funds that we manage, both retail and corporate.
So both of you being in the finance, so is it natural for you to educate and educate your boys into saving?
Yes. It's very natural actually. It's like they were born into that kind
Yeah, we
of
talk
culture.
about it over dinner, over merienda, because we talk about everything under the sun, and of course that's the part of what we talk about are the things that we do, which is basically investments and savings, so that our children hear about it, and that's how they were exposed.
Because like now in the Philippines, I don't think that I'm very, very minimal to really teach their children how to save.
Yes.
Because the culture actually of Filipinos is just, you earn money, you spend it.
Yes.
Diba? And then after that, parang okay, then you work again, and then you spend it. So, and that's not really creating wealth.
Yes, it's not.
It's not. It's just making money and you spend it. So not really creating wealth. So it's good that you've taught your children that, and I hope our viewers will be inspired also on teaching their children how to save. No, so and when did they start? Like grade school pa lang, you've already taught them how to save. I'm sure with being in the bank, pinasave mo na siya, you opened an account for them.
Yeah. Oh, ever since they were born. Diba?
Yeah. When they were born, shortly after they were born, we would open a savings account for each of our 3 boys.
Yeah.
And that's where we would put their cash gifts from baptism, Christmas, birthdays. And then as it grew, and as they also grew when they entered grade 1, we started them with their weekly allowance. And that's where they became actively involved in their saving and investment.
So the boys have their allowance, but they don't really spend everything.
Yes.
Did you get any resistance from them?
No.
Na parang, no, what? But all my friends are buying these things. How can I not buy that in the canteen? You know?
Maybe because we started, as he said, at birth.
Yeah.
So it was like being born into this kind of culture. So there was no other way of doing something. It wasn't something like we were doing it this way, and then on day 1 we will change, and now we will save. It wasn't like that. It has always been there. So there's really no resistance.
I guess you have to start it with the rule. If you start off with the rule, these are the rules. So you have to, this your allowance, and then you have to save like 20% of that allowance.
Yeah.
Those are the rules. So children naman, they follow rules. They like rules. They follow rules. So at the start already, they know that's how it's going to be done. And
was this carried on from, let's say, your parents also taught you how to save, and now you're teaching your children how to save?
Yeah.
Both of our backgrounds. My mother used to be a banker, also rural bank, and she's an Ilocana.
Okay. Yeah.
And both of us were kind of exposed to that kind of savings and investment environment. So from the start, we were saving already. Even when we were still single, we were already saving on our own. And then when we became a couple,
You had your
we put it together, and then she started putting on the records and everything that has to be monitored.
So when you got married, you put your savings together, but did you still keep like?
No.
No. So everything has.
No.
Mabilis sumagot si Rose.
No. I think it has to be done that way. At least for our.
It
works.
Kanya-kanya,
It works for us. It works for us.
Does it work well for you?
Yeah, kasi nakakayang gumastos if it's both of you.
Yeah.
Siya rin. So, in terms of shopping, di ba?
Siyempre, you need that, di ba? Women. So, your entrepreneurial experiences, do you have, you had your fast food business.
Well, I tried when I stopped, when I first resigned and said goodbye to the corporate world. I also tried, but I realized that it wasn't my cup of tea. So now I would say that I'm back to investing. I handle my own portfolio also.
I see. I don't know if you remember the message that was sent to us, di ba? He's Carlos from Baguio, and he wants to start a business, and but he doesn't know if he's going to work or start a business. What would you advise for him? I'm sure he's like at age of your son, no? Kakagraduate lang niya.
It actually depends. I don't know if he already started something.
Wala pa.
So kung wala pa, maybe he has to have a regular cash flow.
Yes.
Because that's what I tell the boys. Once you're done with your studies, you will be cut from your allowance. So you will have to find work. And then, if he still thinks that business is what is really for him, he can set aside already something from his regular income to start up something.
And don't get married yet, Carlos. Kasi pag yan, that's another expense,
Yeah,
diba?
That's a big expense.
That's a
But
big
you know,
expense.
marriage helps you put everything in order, ha?
Yeah, pero
Diba? It's
what
not
if they have a
really-
baby right away?
Ayun din.
Mahirap yun.
Yeah.
So,
Yun lang.
mag-ipon muna siya, and then, what like Mrs. Fausto said, set aside money from your regular
That's
9 to
gonna be your
5 job.
seed capital.
That's your seed capital. Kung
You
gusto
have
raw
to
niya
find out kung ano kasi yung core competence mo. What's the name? Carlos.
Yeah.
Para pasukin mo yung get into something that you're really interested in, where you're very good at, so that it's not just the money that will keep you motivated. And when you're motivated beyond money, that's when you will do very, very well in whatever you do.
And he likes cars, he said.
So maybe there are a lot of businesses
Yeah,
about
there's
cars.
now there are car spa, buy and sell of cars.
Yeah.
Mga talyer, I don't
Yes.
know, the mga, di ba? So, there's a lot of business. So, that's why, di ba, we said that I think have a 9 to 5 job first
Yeah.
to experience, and especially coming from the province.
Yeah, you were
Baguio,
right when you said that he has to adapt to the Manila way of
the Manila way of life.
It has to be something that he loves to do. In anything that you do, it has to start with yourself. You like to do it, because if it's only for the money, and then if it doesn't work, the money is not there anymore, then it's not going to succeed. But
which
if
always
you love,
happens, diba? It doesn't work right away. There's no cash right away
but if
naman.
you love doing it, you enjoy doing it, even there is no money, you still enjoy doing it.
Parang
You still-
marriage.
Yeah.
Parang marriage. Di ba? I mean,
Oh,
that's why you really
Yes,
have to
you have to
marry
marry
someone
someone
that
you
you
really
really
love.
love. Para day in, day out, when
Oo,
times
you
go
will
bad, you're
stick.
still
Oo.
there, di ba?
Oh,
Stick
even
with
so,
your
so when
spouse.
the boys are on a date and the children are out, so you'll enjoy each other's company.
We're there already. They're so big now.
Yeah. So you said there was no problem encouraging the boys to save. What are their typical investment aside from I'm sure they have their bank account.
Yes.
Are there other forms of investments
Yeah.
that they?
Well, probably it's nice for them to discuss it themselves, but just to give you a
Yeah, just give
preview,
you an idea.
yes, they have fixed income investments, and they are also right now actually they're heavily into stock investments because they know that they're still very young. So their holding period is really a lot longer than our
true.
holding
Yes,
period.
yes,
So
yes.
they can manage the day-to-day fluctuation of the prices of the stocks that they hold in the stock market.
And they're not scared. Not scared of doing that because na they live with us.
Tsaka-
They are dependent.
Still.
So they can risk more.
At saka, I think they have that confidence na, oh, my parents are bankers. They know what they're doing. I'll just follow what they tell me. Diba?
No, by example na rin, diba?
Yeah.
The way we live our lives and the way we manage our money. That is the influence that they get, and then the examples that we show them.
It has to be sustainable. It doesn't have to be something like ipon ka ng ipon na kawawa ka naman. It shouldn't be like that. You should. This is my mom's philosophy. Live within your means. However, you should also enjoy the fruits of your labor. It's like a diet, di ba?
Yeah.
If you're always under diet na you feel deprived, you
Yeah.
will not be able to sustain that. So in the same way with saving, you should be able to sustain it by having fun naman. You treat naman yourself
Yes.
once in a while.
Like with the boys, I mean, they said they heavily invested and all that. Is there something that they wanted na, oh, I really want to buy maybe, I don't know, a car, or depends on their, in their age, diba? Or they want to buy this certain computer. So were they able to get money from their savings and buy what they want?
Well, there's a story about our youngest.
Yeah.
Kasi he had a desktop at home which was conking out already, and he wanted a laptop. So he said that he was going to save for a laptop. Kaya lang, sa katagalan, he changed na rin his mind. So that's another thing. It's like the marshmallow test. If you delay your gratification, later on you will say na, okay,
I don't really need it.
I don't really, and then he got himself a hand-me-down laptop. So he didn't have to withdraw anymore from his investment.
Okay, and also, I guess, no, I mean, they're on that age, I guess, that when they're dating already, they don't ask money na from you for the dating. Kasi they have na...
Dapat mag-ipon sila.
Dapat may ipon na sila.
Yeah. They get it
From
from
their
their allowance. Even the load.
Even their cell phone load.
The cell phone load is taken out of the allowance. So they just get it from there. So.
Yeah, I see. Okay, so Marvin, you have this thing in your company, which is BDO. The Easy Investment Plan.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about this? I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sure this is also something that the boys use, to be able to save, right?
Yes. Oh, this is kind of a unique investment or unique product